Good morning. Welcome to A1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Tuesday, November 2nd. So the very first thing we did today was we were like, oh geez, we need to do a giveaway. And then, and then we couldn't remember what the giveaway was.
So ask them to remind us.
Will you remind us what the giveaway was? This is what we've been reduced to.
Here's the computer.
She's handing me my computer so I can do
Good
said
morning.
giveaway. There were a lot of confused people on my live stream on Friday.
We heard from a lot of people we hadn't heard from.
In a while, they're like, great story.
One shoe. They called it one shoe. Like if you were, you know how they have acts and then they name it. We would name that act would be called one shoe.
The act from that day.
Yes. It'd be called one shoe.
They keep changing this layout. Look at this. This is weird.
I was thinking I'd like to not wear my glasses as much, but then I can't see anything.
So
Has anyone ever transitioned to contact lenses as an adult? Because I heard it's very difficult to make that transition. Once you
you know that like Steve Dwyer can't stand
contacts.
contacts.
Yeah.
And like you can hear him putting them in the morning because he struggles to put them in. He's like, God, no, bigger.
I can't. Maybe I should try that though.
The kids constantly like they're just
I gotta
totally
put 'em
floored
on.
by the fact that I'm just like think, like I put them right in.
How old were you when you started wearing contacts?
I was old. It was when I moved to Vegas.
We were together. That's when you started wearing contacts.
Because my eyes, like I was at a point where I was wearing glasses enough, where I felt like I needed contacts when I went out, like to climb and stuff. Where before I never felt like that.
I didn't know that. You just wore glasses when we first fell in
Well,
love.
and I didn't wear,
Oh, okay.
and I didn't wear glasses like all the time. I mean, I'd not wear glasses sometimes.
A lot of the time. I don't think you wore glasses.
I wore glasses like most of the time though.
I just remember staring just into your eyes with no glasses or contacts or anything. Remember? Anyhow, I remember. He's got nice eyes. Okay. I feel like Halloween didn't even happen. We left our lights off and we have a new
Well, no, our lights automatically turn on.
Oh, they were on. So we have a new family that moved in, and they have 3 little girls, and we didn't even answer the door.
They didn't. I don't think they. So nobody trick or treats in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like the neighbors don't turn lights on. There are no street lights. Everybody's older, for the most part. Although it's funny because the neighborhood is starting to transition. There's some younger.
I think they came to the house though.
Well, yeah, the 3 little girls like ran over to the house. Like
How sad! And we didn't even answer the door. We didn't have candy.
Well, like it was. I was in.
We're like,
I was
go
in,
away, little girls.
I was in a different room, and I saw them walk by, and they were all like, "Ah." And then I saw them go by the other way, like, and I think none of the neighbors had any candy.
Isn't that so sad?
and I mean they're little. Like I think like they're like
The two of them aren't in school yet, and they're
one of
they're
them's
really
in like
cute.
kindergarten
They're really
or first
cute.
grade. Yeah.
And then another neighbor who has a grandchild, they came over. Our lights were off at that point. I was like, turn the lights off. But we had plan B. We said, oh, we had hide shoes. So we go, if they come, we can give them hide shoes. So they ring the bell, and then we gave them candy. But so we had one attempted trick-or-treater, and then we had one successful trick-or-treater.
Well, and the little girls were by themselves, and I didn't even realize they had rung the door until they went the other way, and then I looked at my phone because the first ring just goes to my phone. The second ring actually rings the bell.
Oh, it's so sad. Next year, I'll let their mom know. Next year, we'll have something special for them.
Well, and then I was like, my kids were like, we're gonna go over and tell them to go to Edgewater, and
Yeah.
I was like,
We
they
were like,
have
go
to
to
know.
our-
They're like Roy Gom.
Yeah, we were
family.
like, go to our old neighborhood. We went through
It was
hundreds.
crazy.
It was crazy. It was so much fun. But if that hadn't happened, I don't even know if I would have realized that it was even Halloween, because it's the first year my kids didn't get their costumes. And
Did you hear Violet's comment at dinner?
No.
That she had two people that texted her that they
missed our party.
I think Graydon and Lexi
Yeah.
both texted that they missed our party.
So I know it's past Halloween, but I finally finished my pillow. It's so cute. I was finishing it yesterday, but isn't it adorable? I've never made a pillow like this big with this much stuff on it. But this, if you want to get a kit still, I think we have 4 kits left, and you could do it for next year. And I did it with the purple polka dot. Isn't that adorable? It is. So I put my flowers on yesterday, and I finished tacking down my rickrack, and look at the little pumpkins. So I know Halloween is over, finito, but this was a really, really cute, fun project. I did the quilting and the hoop for the sashing, and I had to do it in 2 parts. So I did one part and it came out perfectly. I did the second part, it was coming out perfectly. And then right before it did the quilting, I took it out of the hoop. I started cutting it. I was like, oh, and then we're going to cut it. And then I looked at it, I went, oh my God. Then I dropped a couple S-bombs. I shut off the camera, and I was just fuming a little bit. And then I took a deep breath. I pulled myself back together again. I turned the camera back on. I put some stick tearaway into my hoop, and then I did a placement line and just finished it up, and it came out perfect. I did have some challenges because it was 22 inch. The pillow itself, the front was 22 and a half inches, and then it wanted you to take your backing and do that 22 and a half inches. Well, that included, I mean, that's as wide as the fabric was, and there was selvage there, so I had to like kind of work with that. But it was a really, really fun project, and I know Halloween is over, but you should get the kit and make it for next year. I will put a kit aside for you. Can you just write that? Miss Deb, I'll put a kit aside for you. It's really, really cute. And then I was finishing this weekend. I was like, what bam, done.
I kept walking into the house or like dealing with stuff, and then Jeannie would be like, I'm so amazing.
You know how good you feel when you finish a
I'm
project?
finishing everything. That was like
I didn't
literally
finish
all
everything.
weekend.
It's I always have a list, and I usually get maybe 10% done. I go, I'm gonna do this. I also finished. Oh my God! So I'm changing out our samples in the store, and I was gonna hang this one up, and when I unfolded it, I realized, oh my god, I never finished this last year. I never finished cutting it down and trimming it, and I never finished putting on the binding. So I did finish this weekend too. I finished my Enchanted Santa, which you saw last year. All that I had left was I needed to put my binding on, which I did with my serger. So I can't see this. I finished it with my serger.
What are you trying to see?
Well, do they see this? This is
Yes.
gorgeous. If you have not done this, it is absolutely beautiful. You know what? I love the pine cones, and I love his face, and I love the shading on his hands, and I love his lantern. I love his belt buckle. I love the pine needles. I love everything about this. So, and it was lickety split to put. What I've been doing is, because it's smaller on one side. It's 7.5 millimeters on one side, so I've been putting it on my back side and then wrapping it to the front. But I absolutely love serging my binding on. And then I do top stitch it on my regular sewing machine. So I finish this. We'll hang this up because it's that time of year. I don't have many fall projects. I was realizing I need to start doing some fall projects. So that I finished. Then, I know the Halloween's over, but I finally finished my candy corn quilt. I had to finish sewing on my binding, and then I had to put on all my embellishments. And I've got to tell you, I sewed my buttons on. So I sewed all my buttons on for Candy Cane Lane with my sewing machine. And I did it for this too. I busted probably a third of my buttons, and I kept going. I was like, this might break, and then it'd snap, and like a piece would fly off and hit me in the face. So, but I was like, maybe it won't break. And I don't know why I'm so resistant to just hand sewing, but sewing on buttons, I just don't like doing it. I don't mind like stitching up other stuff, but for some reason I have an aversion to hand sewing buttons. So if I can do it on my sewing machine, so I busted almost all the hands on the witches. I had to busted. Because the holes were really small, so as it went through and the thread was going through and the needle was going through, it would I'd be like, I think I'm going to make it. And I would just go super slow, and then it'd go snap, and then the hand would break. But I just hot glued them down.
Why would you even tell them?
I don't know, because that's what we do. We always point out why did I sew them down with my sewing machine? Because I'm
No,
lazy.
she's asking Cheryl Pallion why she's afraid to start Santa.
Oh, don't be afraid to start that. And those ladies that are doing Summer Glory, I'll put it on the calendar. We are going to do a sew along one day this week. Not this week. One day this month. Today's job, or today and this week, is going to be to put up some classes, because I have some classes that I want to do. But this is finally done. If you didn't get a kit for this, because look how cute it is. It is seriously one of the cute, and I know Halloween's over. It's one of the cutest quilts ever. I think I have 4 more kits. So I ordered them because I go, okay, if they don't do it this year, they'll do it next year. So I do have the official candy corn quilts in the store. And I would get that because, I mean, they're so cute, and it comes with all your fabric in here.
And then you have to get... That shouldn't be a reason to be scared of it, Cheryl.
Cheryl, don't be scared of it. If you want, let's do Summer Glory together. We're going to cut. I'm going to show you how to stabilize.
But it's Santa season.
You got to do it. It's so gorgeous.
How is your
It is a lot of embroidery. It is a... Oh, man. I'm going to prioritize my list. So that's we're going to do that
tonight and tomorrow.
Okay. I finished something else. And
I'm amazing. Every time I went in, she's like, do you see? Let me just show you.
So I finished this. And, I didn't put it up on the calendar yet because I wanted to time it and see how long the class was going to be. But this is for the piecing class. This is for the paper piecing tree. And I finished quilting it. So I did all the quilting in the hoop for the Christmas tree, how pretty that is. And I think you can see it like there. And then I did stippling in the snowflake blue sky. And then over here, I did the auto split quilt sashing. And then finally, I did put my binding on with my serger. That's not going to be part of the class. But the quilting's going to be part of the class. And thank you, Miss Gail. Gail thinks I'm amazing too. This was fun. If it was just me doing it, I think I would have been able to do it in probably 3 hours. I'm going to book it out for 4 hours because so you can learn. I'm going to keep you ladies on task, but I just love that fabric too. I'm sold out of it. Should I get more? That snowflake, because I love it because it's like nighttime snowflake. So if you want to just do this class, if you want to paper piece this tree on your own and just join me for the other class, I'm going to put it on for December. I was looking at the calendar. I have to look at the calendar again. But it's going to be a 4-hour class, and it's going to be custom quilting, and it is going to be this project. So you do have to have this tree put together and done. So the piecing class is going to be, I think it's November 18th. And then the quilting class is going to be like December 3rd or something like that, because we have Thanksgiving in the middle. You know what? CJ, why don't I wait? You're right. Let's wait and do Summer Glory in January, because it's go time. It's holiday go time. There's no time for summer projects. So you are right. Lorraine, I need to get more of the snowflakes, don't I? Okay. It's so cute. I don't have any of the other I have some of the other, I'm lying. I do have some of the other fabric, but I can't even I did see the snowflakes. I'm going to add that to my order and get some more of that, because it is perfect if you want to do a night sky. It's so perfect. So that's going to go up on the calendar. You don't have to take both classes. You could paper piece the tree on your own and then just join me for the custom quilting if you want, or you can do all of that. A note about the pattern is mine. They are no longer making this pattern. They're not making the big tree. They're not making the small tree. I checked with all my distributors, and when I couldn't find it, I called a very special collection. I called them and I said, can I buy these directly from you? I can't find them anywhere. And he said, that's because we're not printing it and we are closing our business. And that's that. And I said, but that's my favorite paper piecing pattern of all times. So if you have one of these patterns, my advice to you is trace it on some freezer paper, trace it on something, because
you can't get it anymore.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to get it anymore. He said, he goes, we're getting older and we're tired and it's time to retire. And the place that prints for them was someplace in China and they couldn't get them to do it anymore. So if you need this pattern, find it online, because I don't even have it in the store anymore. I think I have one tall trim the tree pattern left. And then this is mine, because I'm going to covet it and keep it. And I think that's it. So you can still get signed up for that class. It's a paper piecing class. It's so much fun. It'll be quick. We'll get through most of the pattern, but you will probably have to finish it for homework. And then I think we'll get most of this done. My goal is to get this whole thing quilted, and then this part here, at least 2 corners, and then you can do the rest on your own. I have another project to show you that I got done, but I'm saving that for tomorrow because it's going to be the deal of the day. Oh my goodness, that project was, and when you see it, you're going to be like, I can't believe she was so excited about that. I remember you came in and I was like, oh yeah, look at this. Do you love it? And then he'd be like, oh yeah, I love it. But he didn't mean it. But
what? No, because she says that about everything.
Here's the back of it. I just pieced some of the fat quarter packs. I love fat quarter packs. This is the fat quarter pack that keeps on giving, and I can't even get these anymore. But I think I will get that snowflake fabric.
So let's just have, because I'm gonna have to actually get going at some point here.
You can talk. I'm done talking.
So we have had another pandemic of missed take-up levers.
Oh my God! Yesterday, like last Saturday and Friday.
Well, no, it was like all last week, and so, and Jeannie said something which I think which made me think of this, which is she was talking about the mistakes that she made when she was in the midst of her project, and she was talking about kind of the imperfect nature of finishing her projects. So let's cover just a couple things. So first and foremost, there should be a rule that you cannot panic. Because I feel like last week was that way too. Like there were a lot of very panicked phone conversations that were happening. So it's always a crisis when the machine isn't working perfectly, but everybody needs to remember before they pick up the phone and call the store to take a very deep breath and exhale and tell yourself everything's going to be just fine, and then call the store. It's going to make both of our experiences way easier when we get those phone conversations. The other part is, and you hear us say it quite frequently, but the other part of it is you always need to remember when you are rethreading your machine, because one of the kind of key points of almost every one of these conversations was being told by the customers that were calling that they had already rethreaded their machine 10 times. Rethreading the machine only counts if you change what you're doing when you rethread the machine. Clear example, almost every time I said, did you hit needle down, needle up? And there'd be a pause.
No, they say yes. They always tell us they
no, that's not true.
A lot of times they do.
But what's funny is when we say, listen, we want you to stop. We want you to rethread the machine. And this time we want to make sure you hit needle down, needle up. It's amazing because most of the time people don't call back, meaning that works. So make sure when you are rethreading your machine, you rethread your bobbin, you rethread your upper thread.
If it's not in the right spot, you keep rethreading it, you're gonna keep missing it. If your take-up lever is like supposed
needle
to be
up,
all the way
needle
up
down,
here, but it's here, and you keep rethreading it,
it's just gonna keep missing it.
It's gonna keep missing it.
And it's amazing how many times when people do actually show up in the store, we hit needle down, needle up, we rethread it, and everything works fine. So just remember that. And then the other thing that I would like to say too is just remember it doesn't always work perfectly all the time. Mistakes happen, things happen. They're bobbles, and so there is a video, Elizabeth, in our YouTube channel.
Yeah, we have one there. On rethreading the take-up lever.
That does talk about it.
It is the number one problem and probably the easiest to fix on your own. It is the number one thing that people call in with, is that their
it's also the thing
threading.
That makes customers most angry.
It's balling up on the underside. It's breaking needles. The fabric sewing in place.
We tried to cover everything in that video that people say, and you know, it was funny. We had one customer, and I don't even know who the customer was.
I've been sewing for 55 years. I've been sewing for 38 years. That's how it usually starts off with when we suggest rethreading.
And you know, Jeannie and I actually talked about it over the weekend, and one of the things I said to Jeannie is, like, sometimes we see people at their worst. Like, we know by the time you call us, you're incredibly frustrated. And we are always happy to help you. But that's why I say it should start with a deep breath, because that is, like Jeannie was just talking about it. How many times did things not go perfectly for you over the course of this weekend?
I mean, they always don't go perfectly for me.
But the finished product's beautiful. And part of that is you have to have the ability to, like, recenter, take a deep breath, and refocus on getting that done. But take up lever last week was a huge issue. We saw a lot of machines suffering from take up lever. We got a lot of phone calls regarding take up lever.
And we need you to be willing to go, maybe my take up lever wasn't in the right spot.
Right. There has to be, because the worst thing is when we cover this with you over the phone, and then you come into the store to show us that we were wrong, but we weren't wrong. And it happens all the time. So
and after driving an hour,
yeah,
or driving
it's
2
not
hours
uncommon
to get here,
and then all of a sudden we're like, see, it was all we had to do was go through the steps. I never say that either, but it's what we want to say. But the primary point here is like, listen, we know when you're busy and you're doing all this sewing, stuff happens. Stuff isn't always perfect.
And you've rethreaded.
I mean, we've seen customers in the store too, where it's like something happened at home and you're convinced something's wrong, and then you come in and things are fine here. I mean, things don't go perfectly 100% of the time. Little things make a big difference. And so,
and sometimes it isn't the take up lever. Sometimes there is
a
wrong.
problem. Sometimes there is a problem. So you know, but that ability to, like, recenter and calm down is integral in your ability to address those issues. We are about 2 weeks out on service. Burnout for my guys is something that I actually got the numbers from last month, which were unbelievable. I mean, the guys are putting out a significant number of machines. It's amazing how good they've gotten over the last year with the amount of traffic that's come in. But just keep in mind, like, we've been somewhat shorthanded too. We went from 3 techs to 2 techs. And these guys have done an amazing job in keeping us up to date at a time when, and a lot of you ladies did actually show up before the holidays this year.
So you
which
are
was
ready.
Greatly appreciated, because last year we didn't do that and we ended up with a lot of, like, crises. So 2 weeks out on service. Did anybody tell us what we were giving away last week, or do we need to figure that out?
I can look it up.
So,
let's talk about deal of the day. Let's talk about upcoming classes. We will be putting up some classes. I know Michelle sent me something for a class that she has coming up, and I have some stuff that's coming up, and we're going to try and get some gifty stuff up there too. So just pay attention this week and maybe look at the end of the week. We'll let you know when new classes are up. So, classes that are coming up for this week, we have
the Aventura class tomorrow.
Hang on, I got it. Save that. Okay, so tomorrow morning is Aventura in the morning. That's going to be from 10 to noon. That is the sewing class. That's also going to include the 3600, the new 3700, and it is, what else is that? Is that it? Yeah, 3600 and Aventura and 3700. So that's going to be the sewing class. In the afternoon, there's going to be a Solaris Luminaire Upgrade 1 class. Upgrade 1 is going to be, why don't I ever have that sample ready when I'm telling you about it? It's the Auto Split Quilt Sashing. So I'll just show you my sample.
What's the thread wire?
I don't know what a thread wire is.
That you may. I'm not sure if you're
talking take-up-
commenting on
take-up lever?
the take-up lever, or we may be commenting upon the small wire hook that grabs the thread and pulls it through the needle.
Maybe
but I'm
that's
not
it.
sure what that.
So
what you're-
auto split quilt sashing. We're going to be doing that in the class, and we're also going to be doing couching in embroidery, couching in sewing, and then we are going to be doing the specialty stitch. And then if there's time, we will go ahead and add some quilting in the hoop. If you do not have your yarn, you do need a yarn for that class. You can pick
the
it up.
thread wire for the yarn for upgrade 1.
Oh, you know what? It's a collapsible eye needle. And if you don't have it, we can just make a leader with a piece of thread. So I wouldn't worry about that. But if you look at the picture of what is needed for that class, it is in there. It literally just looks
came
like
with
a
the
collapsible
upgrade.
eye needle, and it's on a little piece of cardstock.
It came with the upgrade, and it sits in a piece of cardstock in a little Ziploc plastic bag.
Little, not.
It's like this big.
It's like that.
It's like that big.
Okay, so you need that yarn. So you need the yarn for the class. If you've never taken that class, you should sign up and take it because it's amazing. But you know what I love about it is I would have been scared to play with all those different parts and pieces if I hadn't taken a class too. And really that class that we put together is a combination of things that we learned at the Baby Lock training and at the Brother training, and then put it together into a class for you.
We've had a significant number of non-store purchasers take that class. Like, we've met a lot of people from other stores that found our store through that class, and the feedback on the class is always like, oh my God, I learned so much. I finally know how to use this stuff. So those are classes that have brought a lot of people to the store. How big is that Ziploc bag?
It's tiny.
It's like 3
Michelle,
by 4. She's making fun of us. It's like that big. So,
I think 3 by 5 or 2 by 4.
See? All right.
Or 2
So,
by 4.
Kathy asked if the store would be open Thanksgiving week. So, similar to prior years, we will be open through Wednesday at probably like noon or something like that. We'll be open for a couple hours the day before Thanksgiving.
Usually Patrick comes in because I'm cooking.
And then we're closed for Thanksgiving, and then we're open normal hours Friday, Saturday. For Christmas, and it's a long break this year where Christmas falls. We do this. We close from Christmas Eve. Normally I come in for an hour or two. Christmas Eve morning, it seems like every year it snows or rains or something. We are open Veterans Day. We're open the majority of those holidays, Suzanne, except for like Labor and Memorial Day. I think one year we closed Martin Luther King Day because we were like, we're tired.
Yeah.
But
burnout's a real thing.
But now we're closed on Mondays anyways, so it doesn't matter. But we do close between Christmas and New Year's. So normally I stay open for 2 hours. I come in, and it's just me in the store for like an hour or two. I'll see one customer or two customers, but they are like panicked customers. And then we close from Christmas to New Year's. But let's talk about that this year. That means we close on Friday night, the 24th at noon. We do not open till the next Tuesday.
The 4th.
The 4th.
You are going to be,
it's a long break.
Shut down. There's not, yeah.
We give everybody a break. It's like literally by the time we get there, it is like, let's just make it through the 24th.
And we will be out of town, out of pocket. Well, I'll answer emails and stuff.
Yeah.
But we're going to be in Colorado, and we're going to go look at some more schools, and we're going to go visit my brother and some friends, some college friends. So so just get everything you need to get done before then, and hopefully have a backup machine So it's a good time for you to maybe get a backup machine so you're not desperate if something happens. And we'll be bright-eyed
That's
and
like there's like
bushy-tailed
backup
when we
machines
get back.
on my list, and there's like supplemental
Get a backup
vacuums
machine
on my list.
So let's talk more about classes. On Thursday, we're going to be doing IQ Designer. That IQ Designer class is not for Luminaire and Solaris. I do that separately. The IQ Designer class is going to be for the Destiny, the Dream Machine, the Altair, the Stellar, and the Meridian. And that's going to be the one where we do the butterfly, where we're going to be scanning that in. So we scan that in, and we can bring it in via USB. The following week, which is going to be, why am I on this day? We're going to have a Solaris and Luminaire upgrade class 2. That's going to be hexagonal auto split quilt sashing and endpoint sticker and some new designs. And then Mastery, multi-needle mastery. No, it's not on the calendar. That's going to be coming up, and I think that'll be more like, because it's going to be a tea towel, it's probably going to be in maybe 2 or 3 weeks, right before Thanksgiving as well. And that's all that we have up there right now, but we're going to be adding some other stuff.
So let's go to the giveaway.
Oh, did we figure out what it was?
No, but let's just what was the question?
The question was, what thread are you piecing with? I wanted to know what brand. I wanted to know what weight. I feel like most of what we saw was maybe Aurifil. There was some Superior thread that some people really liked. There was some Metler thread.
I pieced all weekend with 80 weight Deco Bob.
Did you hear that?
The bomb. Even to do decorative stitching on the top of my appliques, I used the Deco Bob. It was the bomb.
I love Deco Bob. I mean, that's what I piece with most of the time. And then when I'm not piecing with Deco Bob, I piece with the Confetti and the Tootie, which I love. It's a beautiful cotton thread. We carry it here in the store, and I like it because it doesn't curl up like it curls up with my Aurifil that I still have, because everyone said that was the best. So,
all right, so I'm going to go, we'll figure it out, but I need to get going because people are going to start showing up here.
I don't like it when you do that.
When I do this?
Yeah.
Was there blood?
No, but I just don't like it. Okay.
So, all right. So the way the giveaway works is if you answer the question, you win the grand prize. If you didn't answer the question, you win the other prize.
Were we giving away the...
We'll figure it out later, but come on.
Okay, we'll have 2 prizes for you. Were we doing the clover? The clover, we'll find something wonderful for you.
So, first winner, not grand prize because it doesn't answer the question, was Karen Roselli. Congratulations, Karen.
And she said...
And you said, hey, Michelle, I got those files. Thank you.
Yeah. You go, Karen. I think it's been a while since we've seen your name. Did they answer it? I
Nope.
need a couple of strands. That didn't answer. The question we're looking for is what thread?
I wonder if that's somebody telling us what we were giving away.
That was the Urbanis.
So that was...
Oh, that didn't answer the
Patrick.
question either. We're looking for what thread?
Yes.
I think he's trying to exit.
No problem.
All right.
Bye.
All right, Marilyn. Bye-bye.
That was too vague. Somebody just put cotton. And I wanted name of the brand. I wanted the weight that you were using. Or just that line within the brand that you're using. Okay, here we go. So, Mary Hill says she uses Metler 100% cotton silk finish, 50 weight. So, thank you very much. Congratulations, Miss Mary. I have some other stuff that is here for you, and we will send you something fun.
Did you write this down?
I didn't. It was Mary, and I already forgot who else.
Karen Roselli.
Karen Roselli. That's how bad this noggin is. Let's talk about deal of the day for today. Congratulations, ladies. Your Patrick's emailing me. So deal of the day today is, I think I had 2 things up there. Number 1, can you hand me those Deco Bob? Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's it. So these.
I'm gonna go get cash in the register.
So we got some more L bobbins in. So if you are sewing and you're sewing with your because a lot of people, yeah, you're sewing with your PQ 1500, or you are sewing with if you're sewing with your PQ 1500, or you don't want to wind bobbins and you want to use. You can use these in with your regular sewing machine. They're L bobbins, but you have to use that center pin that's going to elevate it up a little bit. But these are on the site, and I think they're up at either 20 or 25% off. Not all the colors are on sale. I just put the new colors that have come in. Or if you want these for your multi-needle. So I have a bunch of these for my multi-needle because although I almost always use white, if I do want to match a bobbin, I don't like winding them myself. And so I use these. So these are going to be Deco Bob that we were talking about, which is going to be an 80 weight. If you're doing free motion quilting, these are beautiful to do free motion quilting with. They're 80 weight cottonized soft polyester, and it's consistent in tension to give regular and even stitches. It reduces buildup of bobbin thread to enhance sewing results. Works well even with heavy top thread. It's a matte finish to blend with most fabrics. So even though it is polyester, it's going to have a matte finish and it's not going to be too shiny. Minimal bobbin tension adjustment is required, and it is rich in texture. So these are going to be the colors that are up there. White, royal blue, antique white, the brown, and the pink. And I also thought purple was up there. Maybe not. So these colors are going to be up there. You can add to your collection because I know a lot of you got these last time. I just use these for all of my sewing. So when I'm sewing, I put these in there. And then the other thing that's up there, and I don't even have a picture to show you, is going to be Cup of Chair. So this is the newest Kimber quilt. It's scheduled to be out in June. It is up there at a pre-order price of 20% off, except the quilt kit, because they charge me freight on that, so it's on there at 50% off. But I don't know any other place out there that does their pre-order at such a great savings price. I've seen 10%, maybe 15%, but and what's up there right now is going to be all the pre-cuts. So you can pre-order all the pre-cuts, as well as the quilt kit, the embellishment kit, the backing kit, and the pattern. And if you haven't seen it yet, it is really, really cute. I'm trying to open it up so you can see it. But it is called Cup of Chair, and it's their advent calendar. Let me see if I can get it to switch over. And that'll kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. I'll also be carrying the bolts. So we'll be carrying the fabric line as well. There's going to be a panel as well as, I can't remember how many bolts, because this is going to be an entirely new line that is not on the site. But the fat quarter pack is, and the fat quarter pack is going to include all of the cuts as well as the panel. So there's a little panel that goes with it, and that's all going to be in there together. Pre-order right now. Just make sure you have it. I ordered 50 of the quilt kits. I ordered 50 when we did Hometown Halloween. We probably ended up selling about 70. So, and if you have done so many Kimber projects, this gives you some time because this isn't going to be out until the end of June. I would say July is when we'll do it. We'll do this as a sew along as well. The other thing I love about this quilt is it is full size. So instead of being the 40-inch by 40-inch, which the other ones have been, this is going to be 44-inch by 60-inch, which is going to be like Boardwalk Quilt or the Boardwalk Quilt or Make Yourself at Home or Jingle All the Way. This is going to be the full-size quilt. It is really, really, really cute. And like I said, we will be ordering all the fabric as well. Michelle, did you have anything you wanted to talk to the ladies about? Are you good? I think we are good. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great Tuesday. And I'm trying to think if there's anything. I don't think so. Be creative. Make something absolutely incredible today. And we will see you later. Bye.
Hey, I've got to...
Patrick.